Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Friday, September 2nd. This is our weekly recap that goes out to all my members and anybody on YouTube, my email list, and I'm going to put it on Twitter today. If you want to learn more about me, just come visit smartoptiontrading.com. The link's in the description below and click on Live Trading Room. Or if you want to learn how trading, you can click here. All right, so let's talk about this week and forget today. Let's start off with just the week and the big picture. And this has been a very, very tough week in the markets. We gapped up on Monday. You can see we created this gap up on the SPY. Last Thursday, we bottomed on the 100-day, and we proceeded to go absolutely nowhere. The market doesn't want to break out. The market doesn't want to fall apart. We've had news in both directions. It doesn't matter. We sell, we buy, we rise up, we come down. And all we know is we took back the 50-day. We got above it. We lost it. We came back. We got into this gap. We rallied right out of it on the open this morning after Trump. We put it back above the 50-day and down here. And the SPY here going sideways, still in this range and still with this little bit of an open gap to fill. 342.50 can't be taken out. We haven't taken out the 100-day, and we're stuck. Congratulations on your $12, Jan. May it last you a lifetime. QQQ. This is kind of day. Q's here got into its grudge match area and reversed and back on the below the 50-day here and weaker today by far. And tech's been weaker, but meanwhile, the IWM has been raging today. The diamonds has been strong all day. So you have a very strange market here going on right now. And meanwhile, the VIX, after a huge spike today, screaming back down off the 200-day. I continue to say this. We've been talking about this in the room now forever. There's something very wrong with volatility. There's a lot of, there's a thought process. There's so many calls out there right now on the VIX and VIX products for the election that they don't want to break the market. They're preening these calls out. They're trying to decay the hell out of them. For whatever reason, the VIX is not acting right. We know this. So the markets here were just very, very tough this week. And as we go into the weekend, there's two headlines you have to be very, very cognizant of. Forget all the back and forth stuff. Trump said this, doing that, he's okay. You want to watch specifically if he gets taken to the hospital. That would be a bad sign that he's not in a good way. We're not in any way wishing him ill. We're just talking about what could happen. He is a higher risk. He's overweight. He's 74 years old, and he is a higher risk person, and he's contracted this. So you want to watch for news on that. You also want to watch for news on Biden. If Biden was to contract it, come down with it, that could also be very bad for the market. So you want to keep an eye on those headlines. There's continued talk here about a stimulus deal, but it hasn't gone through yet. And, I still think chances of a stimulus going through are slim to none because neither side wants to give the other one a victory here. And then we go into it, and we're right in the election cycle, and we have a whole mess with the election cycle now. So what was this week about? If you see here, this week was about names. And every day there were names that played, that gave trades. And it just didn't matter what it was. And you look on the left side, this is the best flows of the day. This is stuff coming out, and you look what's going on. So Monday started off with a beautiful trade on Square for me, and we jumped on Square early. It was one of our, I had my fingers on the wrong keys here. Let's open this up, nice and big. And you can see Square in play all week. New all-time highs here today. Beautiful move there. Noted that if it got through this gap, there's not much resistance above here, and it just took it out like butter. So Square gave trades all week. What else gave trades on all week? Boeing gave trades all week. Boeing, while it was volatile, very strong. Even on Monday, gave a trade, came back down on Tuesday, Wednesday back up, yesterday up and then down. Then today gave a big trade for those waiting. I missed it. I was eating lunch, unfortunately. DraftKings had a hell of a week, and I made a ton of money on DraftKings. A very nice trade on that. New all-time highs, held in well. Noted on Sunday how well the chart had held in. Just continues to go. What else we gave trades this week? On Monday, Tuesday. Beyond had a big move on Tuesday on the off the news on the open. Great trades on that one. Again, it was all about names, guys. If you stuck with names, there were plenty of trades to be had. DraftKings continue to give trades. I think I had 3 trades on Square on Tuesday alone. Nvidia was one of the names that gave me fits this week. Had a loss on options and made a nice trade on common. Very, very tough. Yesterday, it was Roku was going to giving us problems. Roku had a nice trade, took a nice loss on it, then made a nice trade back on it. Overall strong, just whippy, and here it is at a new all-time high today. D-Dog gave some nice trades as they came after this one. All right, you can see that. Zoom this morning, beautiful trade right on the open, nice move, but giving it back. And that's what's going on here. We thought these names would be strong. You look at all these stay-at-home names, Zoom, Peloton here, TDOC, right? FSLY pushed into that gap again this morning, and now look at this candle coming out of it. Very, very choppy action here overall in the names. Names like Tesla here. Tesla gave a trade or two yesterday. Today opened up, sold off, and you have a nasty, nasty, ugly candle here on Tesla that's developed today. Why? Their delivery numbers were great. I'm not taking anything away from their numbers, but they weren't explosive blowout that Musk had been tweeting about and talking about and pushing. And when you overhype something and it don't deliver, this is what happens. And then he's tried to take it back with a long-winded conversation about, well, we're missing like 0.5% of these because we didn't deliver it. Well, there's nothing different than anybody else does. But Musk, trimmed it back. So you had a little bit of a pullback here when it comes to Tesla. You had NIO raging this week. There was flow in NIO. Great moves there. I mean, there was things to do, and if you just played with the right names, you were in the right names. There were definitely things to do, but overall, the market's been stuck, and you couldn't overstay your welcome. A lot of these moves are quick. Netflix yesterday, I didn't trade it, but a bunch of people in the room did. Gave a beautiful candle, then basically giving it all back here today. And the one thing I would say to you guys, you cannot sit in stuff here. You have to be in and out. You have to be surgical. Thank you, Baba. Another one, right? Baba, yeah, beautiful move the other day. Woke up out of nowhere. Just have to be surgical. Don't overstay your welcome and then look for trades. The good news is if the market was to pull back a little bit more, I think it could give a very nice trade. It could give a very nice trade. Maybe a retest of the 100-day would be perfect and gets buyers to come in. So right now, the problem we have is just no buyers, and they don't want to dump the market. So they want to buy it up. They don't want to sell it. So we're stuck in a very tight range. So we'll see what the weekend brings. So I'm going to do charts tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Enjoy. Try to forget the markets. Just keep an eye on those headlines. And we'll get back at this on Monday morning. Good night, everybody.